welcome back to Build with the Boys. We are back with the Routemaster with Pack 6. Now, for those of you watching and building along, this is where things get a little bit weird for us if you're building it through the Agora subscription, because our parts are going to fall out of sync with the original sequencing of the numbers. Because in the original run of this, there were, I want to say 9 figures came with the bus. Now, we're not getting those as standard with the subscription. So what would have been, I think, 63, I think would have been the first figure, which was the businessman. We don't have that. 53, sorry. We don't have that. So ours starts to fall out of sync. So what would be 53 for us is actually part 54. Which would be okay if it was just one part, but it's not. So every now and then we're going to fall 9 out of sync. It makes sense to me. So for the sake of numbering of this, we're just going to call everything by pack now. So this is pack 6. So this is Agora pack 6. So this is going to be, I know this is confusing, but it is what it is. So these are parts 51 to 60 of, of Agora pack 6 of the Routemaster. There's a lot to do with this one. Again, I mean, in every pack there's a lot to do, but there's a lot of internals for this. So actual frame of the bus, not so much, but we're continuing to work on the lower deck. We're also working on the stairs and the rear section of the chassis, but we're not going to be attaching that. That's not going to happen until pack 7. Now, I actually got this at the same time as I got pack 5, and I've resisted the temptation to build it until now, because the length of time it takes me to build one of these packs is huge. So it's something I held back. I want to keep a bit of consistency to when I'm building and what I'm building, rather than just do a whole, double pack and then wait a month until another one turned up. But Routemaster is gorgeous, and it is still available from Agora Models. So if you head over there, you can subscribe to this. It is a gorgeous model, it really is, and I'm nowhere near done on this thing. But I will be halfway done by the end of this pack, which is incredible, because again, this is the first time I've built something through Agora, and it's wildly different, because I mean, normally on normal subscriptions you get four pieces turn up, sometimes 6, sometimes less, but this is big boxes of 10 at a time that are turning up, and this thing is just flying up. It really is, and it's crazy that this thing's going to be done by September. Because it feels like I barely started on it. It feels like I barely began and I'm nearly finished, which is it's absolutely nuts. Anyway, we're going to get into it, and by the end of this, we should have pretty much a complete bottom deck, and the rear section of the bus with the steps should be at that stage pretty much complete. So let's get into it and get started. I think we receive in stage 51. Now you will see we received 3 packs of JP screws, but 3 different colours. So we're going to use the different colours on. You can see we use the red ones here, we're going to use the cream ones here, and the black ones are ones you're not going to see. We've got some handles to attach, and then this is going to attach to, this is the front wall of the lower deck. So we're going to bring the lower deck up, attach that to the lower deck. And it'll look quite lovely. We've got 2 windows here as well, and we do have this little lens here, which is going to slot in the wall that we got at the end of last month's pack. So let's get started. See what it looks like. So bringing up the panel from last month, I believe this was part 1450. We're going to take this lens here, and it's just going to pop into the back there, and that's it. We're going to put this aside for now, and we're going to be working on this panel. I'm going to be adding these 2 bars to it, and these go in with, I believe, just DP screws. So there we are with our 2 bars installed, and like I said, easy enough. It is just 2 DP screws in the back of each to hold those in place. Now the rest of this build is going to be done exclusively with JP screws, but in different colours. So I believe we're now attaching this section to our original section from last month. So let's crack on with that, see what it looks like. So this is this section of the wall complete. Now I used some low-tack masking tape just to hold this lens in place, because we've got to hold these windows in place as well. So putting this together is a bit of a bugger if you don't have something holding this, because it can slip down inside the actual tile. So we've attached the wall we just got to this, and we used 5 of the red JPs, 4 of the red JPs, 2 of the cream and 2 of the cream there, and that's held it all in place really rather lovely. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this bit to the main body of the lower deck. I think we take this off again I think. But for some reason we're attaching it now and then to take it off again later. But it is what it is. So let's bring that lower deck up and see how that looks. Okay, so there it is in place. And all we're going to do is we're going to put in a JP screw here and one here. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, and there are 4 in the bottom. It's fairly straightforward. It's just me putting in 8 JP screws. So I'll get on with that and we'll show you what it looks like at the end. So there we are. That is the front wall now attached. Yeah, so we're starting to look like it contained lower deck at this point. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to be doing the rear wall and accessories. Again, I don't know if it attaches here. The one thing I have noticed is this the first time I've had this up since I did these kickers. The 3M strip they provided for this is kind of garbage. I've had to press both of these back on, which would suggest to me that before this thing gets sealed, I'm whipping those off and they're being glued on. 52, we have the rear wall here. I love, again, just the lettering, man. It's done so well on this model, it really is. Yeah, it's nice, this. This is some of the handholds, the railings that are going to go on. We've got the push to stop buttons there, and we've got what is the used ticket bin. Now, I've actually once saw somebody throw up in one of these. You wouldn't think that's possible, that tiny gap, but no, I saw it, because unfortunately, anybody who's from overseas watching this, as refined as you think England may be, there's a lot of us that don't live like the Queen. So there's a lot of us don't behave like the Queen, but yeah, gross, but that was my memory from it. Anyway, let's get this built and have a look. Okay, so this was fairly simple. We've installed our 2 bell fascias, I suppose, surrounds, and I used ticket receptacle, and it was easy enough. These are push to fit for now. They will be held in place by the second part of the wall, and you can see the wire's going to go there, and the dustbin was held in place with 2 of the black AP screws. Now, the only thing left to do in this stage is to fit these 2 handles, and we're going to be using the metallic AP screws to do that. So we'll crack on with that and show the finished item. And there we are. So that is this part complete now. So we've attached these 2 handholds, handles, whatever you want to call them, and those are in place. Now we can see where our bells are going to go in here, and there's a channel there for the wires. And we are going to be installing those bell pushes next in stage 53, but that's really looking rather nice. I will say this, be very careful with these. Those seem incredibly fragile. Now, I had no problem getting mine in, but these 2 pins here and here, you can see there, just be careful when you're doing this, because they strike me as something that could easily snap. But no, it's really looking lovely. Happy with that. Okay, let's crack on to part 53. Everything that comes in stage 53, we've got these 2 sections of rear wall. That's inner rear wall, so they will go on the opposite side of this. We've got some tape which suggests that we are putting wires in. Of course, we've got the wires there as well. We've got a window, and we've got 6 different types of screw. So we're going to get into this and get these bells wired up. Okay, so I apologise for the lack of video on this one, but it was fairly simple. The switches went in, we trailed it around the back of this, and now we've attached it to the lower deck. We've got this trailing out here. Now I've got a feeling, as I said, we're going to unplug this at some point and take this wall off, I reckon. Might be wrong, but I reckon we are. So we have this wire trailing along here. We're going to tape that down as well, but that is that part complete. Now, we're not doing anything else to the lower deck today, apart from we have the bars, which will be going on here, 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 and here. And then that'll be it, because the next thing we're doing is we're making some ceiling, and then we're going to make the panel off the back and add some steps to the ladder. So we'll crack on with that. We'll get these bars installed and take a look at that. We get in pack 54. We've got the first part of the lower deck ceiling. We've got what I'm assuming are light covers. We've got a handle here, some screws, more electrical tape, and some handrails. So we're going to put this together, see what we're going to do. So the first thing we've done is we've installed this this handle here, and it was nice and simple. It goes on the back side of here, and focus. There we go. Using a similar thing to what used the window. It's just this, sorry about blurring. It's just one of those little clips. I really don't enjoy putting those clips in, so I'm hoping there's not too many more of those. But that's done now, and now move on to the next stage, which I believe is the light covers. So Houston, we have a problem. We've got, right, so these are the light covers, the lamp covers. So let me show you one of these. You can see a hole where the bulb's going to go through. One of the ones they've sent me is solid. It's full. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out of there. I'm going to have to try and drill that out or get that out somehow. If not, they're going to have to send me a replacement. Damn it. Okay, so as you've just seen from that, one of these is solid plastic. It literally has no hole to put a bulb through it. I've just took the bulbs out because they come in pack 57 to see, because I've managed to sort of get through it, but no, it's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on building, because literally all I need is one of those light covers. That's it. And I was gonna Dremel it, but I think if I do that, I'm just going to break the thing. It's too small. It's too little. But I mean, all it means, I can't fit the strips of lights in this stage. I can actually show you those. I've got them here. So here are the lights that come in pack 6. I just can't fit those. I'm not overly bothered by that, because this is definitely something, there you go. This is definitely something that can be retrofit. So I'm not that concerned, to be honest with you. I think I can just carry on building, because those lights were almost an afterthought in pack 57. Now, we're not installing the ceiling onto anything. So I can just build the rest, because there's a bell and all kinds of things that go on here, and also the rear part. So I think I'm good. I think I can do that. And then when Agora send me a replacement, then I can put it in, fit the lights. I could, in theory, fit the rest of the lights and just leave that one out, but I don't want to. I don't want to start something I can't finish. I just don't like doing that. So I'm going to do everything but install the lights, basically. And then, as I said, when they send me the replacement, the light one can go in. I will say this is the second time I've had to get replacements for this from Agora. So all I can assess it on is the quality that I've received so far. And the fact that this is the second time in 6 packs I've had to get replacements. Actually the third, because to save me time, I took advantage of when Hachette was selling off old stock. You could get half price, so you could get Routemaster parts for £4.50. To save time, I just bought it from Hachette. I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd gone back to Agora. But I did. I bought, and it was the axle. My axle was buggered. I had to buy another one from Hachette. So not exactly setting the world on fire for quality, because that's 3 Duff parts in 6 packs. That's not great. That's not great at all compared to the other models I build. I've not had bad parts. Touch wood, I've been all right. I've broke parts before. I've broke a bunch of parts on Ecto. The only one I've had bad parts for was Iron Man. The switch in Iron Man's hand didn't work properly, so I had a bad one there. But everything else, no, I've either been incredibly lucky, or this one is incredibly poor. 3 bad parts in 6 packs is not good. It really isn't. One of them was the wheel arches. They sent me 2 lefts instead of a left and a right, so it wasn't a broken part. Then the axle, like I said, the teeth were just non-existent. It was never going to turn. It wasn't just paint build-up. It was beyond that. So I had to get another one. And now this one. And it was really weird. I mean, you could see the other ones are kind of clearly drilled out, whereas this one isn't. It was just solid plastic. And again, I've managed to sort of get up, but I think if I keep going, I'm just going to snap the thing. So it's annoying, really annoying, but it is what it is. And it's not going to hold up the build. It isn't. I can carry on going, and then the lights will just have to be retrofit, and I'll show you that when we get around to pack 7. I'll do it there. But yeah, it's bloody annoying. But that's where we are. But anyway, back to this pack, and I'm going to put these railings on. So that's pack 55 complete, as complete as I can do it. So we put these light sockets in. Now this one, I have put it in. That's the one that's solid plastic that I can't really bore out. Put it in anyway. And then just using some 2 DP screws, we screw in these handrails. And that's it for that one. The next thing we're doing is we're doing another section of the ceiling and we're installing the bell. Everything that arrives in pack 55. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install these. These go into the lower deck and I can disappear the lower deck and we're done with it for the month. And there's a lot to do in this one. I'm going to have to tie a knot. This will make a bell pull, this string here. So we're going to have to tie a knot, which is quite a little ingenious device that triggers the bell. But we'll get into it, see how it turns out. For these bars, easy enough install. They're just pushed to fit and they're all quite snug, so they're not going anywhere. But that'll be interesting when we put the ceiling on to line all those up. That'll be fun and games. But yeah, that's that part done. Now let's move on to installing this bell mechanism. So we've installed all the little pieces here. They just go with AP screws, are easy enough. And we've attached our first section of ceiling to the second section. Now we are going to be adding the strings that are going to go through here. Bye-bye! Sorry about that. Strings are going to go through here, and that's going to operate the bell mechanism. Part complete. Now we threaded this through here. It's loose at the moment. I plan on tightening this up. If you're having problems threading this string through these tiny holes, literally touch PVA glue on the end of your string. Let it dry. It'll give you a hard tip that you can thread through quite easily. Now this is the mechanism that we've applied to the back, so it's quite simple. You're going to pull the string's going to pull this part, which is going to close the clasp, which is going to ring the bell. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think that's a feature we're ever going to use on this bus, but it's a nice feature to have regardless. And that's it for this this part, and let's move on to the next part. We're at pack 57. So we're moving to the stairs on this one, away from the ceiling, and more importantly we get the PCB in this one, so we've got what is ultimately going to control all of our electrics. So let's put this one together. So you've attached this handle, and quite simply it just attaches the back with 2 DP screws. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the PCB just here, and that's going to be held in again with DP screws. Yeah, there's a circuit board in place and it's just held on with these NP screws. I said DP earlier, I'm sorry, NP. Again, if you're going to do this, don't over tighten these. You don't want to crack this board, you really don't. And then finally, to close out this pack, all we're going to do is we're going to add this bar here to this wall panel, and we are going to use the silver DP screws to do that. There you have it. So that is stage 57 complete, nice and easy, nothing too difficult about that. We've attached the handle there with the silver DP screws, and we've got our circuit board on the back and this rail in here. That's it. Now let's move on to 58. Everything you get in 58, we're just making the top 3 steps. These aren't going to attach to anything at this stage. We're just literally going to build these 3 steps. Nothing's going to be done with these 2 parts yet. These are made. I mean, it's a quick one. That one is that's a 60-second pack. We're just literally putting these plates on top of the steps, and that's it. That's all 3 steps made. Let's move on to pack 59. Pack 56. I'm limited what I can do on this one because, again, this does come with the LED strips for the ceiling, but as we've discussed, because my light cover is not been bored out, I can't really do that, but I can do these parts, so I'm going to do that. And all we're going to do is this will be the battery box is going to be added to this section. This section will be the back of the bus. This will be the rear chassis piece. So let's get that done. And that's it. So we're not attaching the battery box to this part. We are just putting in some screws here to hold that switch in place. So that will ultimately be our on-off switch for the vehicle. That's it. Let's move on. Everything that comes in pack 59. We've got more kicker plates for the steps, a lot of screws, and these pieces here. We're going to bring up the staircase we made way back in, I think, part 3, and we will be working on that. Kicker plates added to the steps and the steps attached together. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this side panel here, we're going to attach it to here, and then we're going to start assembling the staircase fully. We are with pack 59. We've had all these stairs go up to the top, and we've had this side wall here, and that's it. Amazingly, none of these parts get used in this stage. I'm hoping they get used in part 60, so let's push on with that. Everything that comes with part 60, we're going to do some more work on those stairs to finish out the month. So I'm going to put it together. I'm just going to do it in one hit, and then I'll show it you at the end. Hiya. So everything you just watched, I filmed over a month ago. I was waiting for the spare part to turn up before I finished it. But here you can see part 60. This closed out pack 6. All done. All lovely. Doesn't get attached to anything. That's done. So, they did send me the replacement part. So I have now got all of our lights installed into the roof. I will give this for Agora. There is no messing around. If they have sent you a wrong part, they send you out a replacement. And to their credit, it's quick as well. And they have just sent me the fairly humongous pack 7. So I've got that good to go as well. It's it's a lovely build, and I mean, again, I have had issues with the quality of the parts, because I have had 3 broken parts in 6 packs. I've not gone through 7 yet. It might just be bad luck on my part. I don't know how people were on the original Hachette run. If they had these similar issues, I don't know. It's unfortunate, because it is a gorgeous build. I mean, again, but look, and I think all anybody really wants is to be able to make our builds and complete them. So as long as companies like Agora are happy to send you the replacements, great. Now, everyone's got a different policy on this, where they're happy to send them out and some aren't happy to send them out. Now, the reason why some aren't happy to send them out is because, let's not be naive, okay? Let's not pretend it doesn't happen. We know full well that some people break their stuff and then ask for replacements. It's like, well, you broke it, you should be buying a replacement, really. You broke the thing. You know, you break it, you bought it. The other thing is, a lot of people try to modify their stuff and bust it. A lot of people are selling aftermarket mods, so claiming they've broke something and then claiming a new pack back, and that's why we have problems getting hold of parts. Is why companies might say enough's enough. I mean, I saw a thing of one guy who claimed that he's returned over 30 parts of the Ecto because they weren't the quality you wanted them to, and now they've said they don't want to deal with them anymore. Well, that's 30 is a lot. I mean, that's a hell of a lot. So it happens. I mean, it happens. If I had 30 bad parts, I'd cancel a build. I think I'd be like, what's the point in continuing this? So it is what it is, you know. But let's use a little common sense. Anyway, that is it for pack 6. Pack 6 is done. I am going to crack on with pack 7. So pack 7 will be up relatively soon. And then I believe it's a 6-week wait for pack 8. Now, I got this a few days ago, so about 6 weeks from now, we should have pack 8 up. Pack 7 will be up soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. If you have, please give us a like and hit the subscribe button whilst I've got you as well. The code I have for powerquickupgrades.com is still very much live. It gives you 15% off. They have got some fantastic things for the Routemaster. If you need a power mod for your Routemaster, rather than keep changing batteries, you can just plug this thing straight into the mains, have it all lit up, doing all its things, almost like a lamp if you wanted it to. They've got one. You can get that. They've also got rather lovely assembly cushions, so you don't have to cause any damage to that beautiful red paint whilst you're making this. They've got a dust cover. They have got... Dust cover is important because the back of this thing's open. A lot of dust gets into the Routemaster. They also have a gorgeous set of blueprints. You can now also get personalised tax discs for your Routemaster. Gorgeous things. These are all great things. And you can head over there. That's powerworkupgrades.com, and if at checkout you put in the code PRM001, you will get 15% off everything, which is an absolute bargain. I'll put the details in the description, but that's PRM001, and you will get 15% off all your purchases at powerworkupgrades.com. Check them out, it's well worth your time. That's it from me. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and we will see you with pack 7.